Imagine achieving unshakable inner peace. But what if the very words you use are stopping you? Most people don't realize this, but some phrases, seemingly innocent, are quietly weakening your resolve. If you want lasting strength, you must recognize and eliminate these linguistic traps. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 hidden phrases you should stop saying immediately, so you can build the resilience and clarity you crave. The illusion of control. The phrase, "I can't believe this is happening to me," is a common exclamation in times of distress, but it often reveals a deeper psychological dynamic. When we say this, we are frequently shifting our focus away from taking constructive action and instead immersing ourselves in a state of victimhood. This reaction is rooted in a subtle ego trap, where we mistakenly believe that our personal discomfort is a sign of universal injustice. We convince ourselves that the world is unfairly targeting us, which only amplifies our sense of helplessness and frustration. However, this perception is often a distortion of reality. Most events that trigger such exclamations are, in fact, neutral occurrences. They are neither inherently good nor bad. They simply are. By reframing these events as neutral, we can open up space for a more stoic acceptance. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our responses to them. When we view misfortune as a neutral event, we are better equipped to respond with resilience and clarity. Moving beyond the illusion of control requires us to let go of the belief that we should be able to dictate the course of our lives. Instead, we must embrace the reality that life is unpredictable and that challenges are an inevitable part of the human experience. By adopting this perspective, we can cultivate a more balanced and resilient mindset. We learn to respond to adversity with grace, understanding that our discomfort does not define us, nor does it indicate a broader injustice. In doing so, we empower ourselves to take meaningful action and find peace in the face of uncertainty.
The tyranny of should, the phrase "things should be easier" or different, is a common yet insidious form of resistance to reality. It creates an internal conflict by setting up an idealized version of the world that clashes with the actual circumstances we face. This constant comparison between what is and what we believe should be robs us of present peace. It keeps us perpetually dissatisfied, focused only on what is missing or wrong. When we insist that things should be different, we are essentially rejecting the present moment. This mindset often stems from unmet expectations or a desire for control over situations beyond our influence. It leads to a cycle of frustration and disappointment as we measure our experiences against an unattainable standard. This internal conflict drains our energy and prevents us from fully engaging with the world as it is. Instead, embracing the is, acknowledging and accepting reality can be profoundly empowering. By recognizing the current state of affairs, we free ourselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity, but a recognition that the present moment is the only one we truly control. When we adapt to what is, rather than clinging to what we wish it were, we open ourselves to solutions and to making the most of the present moment. This shift in perspective allows us to release the tyranny of should and to cultivate a grounded, resilient, and peaceful way of being. By focusing on what we can influence and accepting what we cannot change, we develop inner peace and clarity. We become more adaptable, better equipped to navigate life's complexities. Ultimately, embracing the is empowers us to live more authentically and to find contentment in the present instead of chasing an idealized future that may never come.
The blight of if only. The phrase, if only I had done X, Y wouldn't have happened, is a common expression of regret that traps us in a paralyzing loop. It deconstructs the possibility of moving forward by constantly replaying past decisions and their perceived consequences. This fixation on what could have been different keeps us anchored in the past, unable to fully engage with the present or plan for the future. It creates a cycle of rumination where we question our past actions again and again, feeding guilt and self-doubt. This mental trap doesn't just hold us back, it robs us of the chance to learn, to grow, and to create new, positive experiences. Understanding how this phrase immobilizes us is the first step to breaking free from its grip. When we dwell on past actions, we reinforce helplessness and the belief that we are powerless to change our present. But here's the truth: we cannot change the past. We can only influence the present and the future. Letting go of the if-only mindset frees us to act today. It encourages us to shift forward, to learn from our experiences without allowing them to define us, to focus on building rather than regretting. Embracing this shift takes mindfulness and intentionality. We must actively choose to redirect our thoughts from the past to the present and the future. That might mean setting new goals, seeking support from others, or engaging in activities that bring us purpose and fulfillment. By doing so, we break free from the blight of if only, and we move toward a more empowered and fulfilling life.
Life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. We find ourselves asking, why is this happening to me? It's not fair. But what if the key to finding peace lies in understanding that life isn't about fairness? We all carry an expectation of cosmic justice, believing our actions should bring proportional outcomes. But this belief is a double-edged sword. It traps us in cycles of disappointment and resentment when reality does not match our sense of fairness. Life's events are indifferent to fairness. There is no cosmic system of rewards and punishments. Instead, life is a complex tapestry of circumstances, many beyond our control. What seems unfair may be part of a larger pattern, or simply random. But what if we could find strength in the face of adversity? Stoicism teaches us that virtue is its own reward. not about outcomes, but about the integrity and wisdom of our actions. When we focus on what is right, we discover intrinsic value in our efforts, even when results do not follow. This perspective preserves our purpose, our integrity, even in adversity. By embracing virtue as its own reward, we shift from external validation to internal fulfillment. We learn to draw satisfaction from our own decisions, not from circumstances we cannot control. This mindset brings resilience and peace. We are no longer at the mercy of events beyond us, but strong in our ability to act with wisdom and integrity. So the next time you whisper, "It's not fair," remember, life is not about fairness. It's about living with virtue, with integrity, no matter the storm. Embrace the journey, and you will find peace that transcends chaos.
In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The phrase, "I just can't deal with this right now," often slips out when we're confronted with too much, too fast. It's a moment of surrender to discomfort, a recognition that the weight of our circumstances feels too heavy to bear. But what if this moment of vulnerability could be transformed into a powerful opportunity for growth and resilience? The first step in reclaiming your inner citadel is to recognize the moment when you say, "I just can't deal with this right now." This phrase is not just a statement of fact, it's an emotional response to feeling overwhelmed. It's a surrender to the discomfort of the situation, a moment when you feel powerless and unable to cope. This surrender is a natural human response. We all have limits, and acknowledging these limits is not a sign of weakness. Instead, it's a sign of self-awareness. By recognizing that you're feeling overwhelmed, you're taking the first step towards addressing the situation constructively. Once you've identified the moment of surrender, the next step is to empower yourself. This involves acknowledging your current capacity, what you can realistically handle at this moment. It's about being honest with yourself about your limits, and then finding ways to work within those limits. One effective strategy is to break down the task or situation into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of looking at the entire mountain you need to climb, focus on taking one step at a time. This incremental approach makes the task feel less daunting and more achievable. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a large project at work, start by making a detailed to-do list. Break the project into smaller tasks and set realistic deadlines for each one. Focus on completing one task at a time, celebrating each small victory along the way. The ultimate goal is to transform these moments of surrender into opportunities for deeper Stoic practice and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in facing discomfort head-on, not in avoiding it. It encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. When you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself that this is a chance to practice Stoic principles. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. Let go of the things you cannot control. This mindset shift can help you approach the situation with a sense of calm and clarity. For instance, if you're facing a difficult conversation, remind yourself that you can control how you prepare for it and how you respond during it. You can't control the other person's reactions, but you can control your own. By focusing on what you can control, you build resilience and fortify your inner citadel. Reclaiming your inner citadel is a journey of self-awareness, empowerment, and resilience. It starts with recognizing moments of surrender and acknowledging your current capacity. It continues with breaking down tasks into manageable steps and celebrating each small victory.
and it culminates in transforming these moments into opportunities for deeper Stoic practice. The next time you find yourself saying, "I just can't deal with this right now," pause, take a deep breath, acknowledge your limits, break the task into smaller steps, and remind yourself that this is a chance to grow. By doing so, you'll not only reclaim your inner citadel, but also build a resilience that will carry you through any storm. Throughout this journey, we've explored how seemingly innocent phrases can undermine our Stoic resolve. From the illusion of control to the tyranny of should, the blight of if only, the trap of it's not fair, and the surrender of I just can't deal with this right now. These phrases can create obstacles on our path to inner peace and resilience. But remember, awareness is the first step towards transformation. By recognizing these phrases and understanding their impact, you're already on the path to reclaiming your inner citadel. Each moment of self-awareness, each small step towards Stoic practice builds a foundation of strength that will carry you through life's challenges. So the next time you find yourself caught in the trap of these phrases, pause, take a deep breath, reflect on what you've learned today, reframe your thoughts, adapt to the present, and embrace the wisdom that comes from facing life's uncertainties with courage and resilience. Your inner citadel is always there, waiting for you to reclaim it. One step at a time, one moment at a time, you can build the unshakable inner peace you crave. Remember, true strength lies not in avoiding discomfort, but in facing it with grace and wisdom. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Together, we can cultivate a mindset that empowers us to face life's challenges with resilience and serenity. Keep building your inner citadel, and may you always find strength in your Stoic resolve.